Okay, fine. So today we will start with the next concept, that is unit number 4, that is queues. Anybody has gone through the notes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the definition of queue? Let's see the definition over here. Queue is what? Queue is an ordered collection of items. Ordered collection of item means the elements in this particular data structure are placed one after the other in an ordered list, wherein the new items is inserted at one end called as rear. The existing item is removed at the another end is called as queue is something where it contains a list of elements, the ordered elements. The insertion of new element will be done at one particular end called as rear end, whereas the deletion of the existing element will be done on the another end called as front end. Now, if you just quickly look back into the stack, in the stack, how many ends we had?
Only one.
Only one element. So that one element is for what particular purpose? Insertion as well as deletion. But here in the queues, we have got two separate ends. The one end, what it will perform, the one end, what we as rear end. This rear end is used for what purpose? Insertion of the new element. And the other end, which is called as front end, which is only for deletion of the existing element. Okay, so now suppose if this is then given queue, if I want to insert a new element here, then how it has to be done? What I have to do is that I know that insertion can be done at the end called as rear end. This rear end, what I need to do? I need to increment this rear end and to make it point to the next position. Suppose if I want to insert a 50, make the rear end to point to the next available position and then insert the 50 over there. Okay, now next time again, if I want to insert one more element, at that time what I should do? I should increment now rear end to the next position and then insert the next value over there. So insertion is happening at one particular end, which is called as rear end. Okay, now suppose if I want to delete something here, if I want to delete an existing element, then the deletion has to be done from which particular end? It has to be done from the end called as front end. So in order to do this one, what has to be done? Take out the element which is being pointed by the front and increment this again point to the next element. Delete this particular element and increment the front to the next element so that the 10 will be removed and front now it will be pointing to. So next time if I want to delete something, then which will be deleted? The element 20 will be deleted. In such case, front has to be again pointed to the its next element. Like this, the operations on queue can be done. So the definition of queue you have to remember is that the key terms are queue is an ordered collection of items. Okay, pairing. New items are inserted at the end called as rear and existing elements are removed from the other end called as front. These are keywords in the definition. In the exam, if a question is asked, define queue, then as an examiner, as an evaluator, what we will look is that we will look the keywords, ordered collection of items and new elements are inserted at rear and existing elements are removed or deleted from the front end. Right, this much you will get 2 marks. As an additional point, you can also write the ordering property, that is queue maintains FIFO ordering properties. FIFO means first in, first. The element which has inserted first, that will be removed first. Unlike in the stack works in a exactly opposite manner, that is last in, first out. Whereas in the queue, it is first in, first out. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Are there any doubts here?
No, Sir, the definition can be written the second
Definition can
sentence
be,
also.
yes, come again.
Written the second sentence also, sir. Second sentence can also be written as a definition, right, sir?
Second, okay, a Q maintains the first in first order property, that means insertion deletion performed on the FIFO principle. In that case, if you write, if the question is define Q and if you write only the second sentence, then you are going to get 1 mark. Okay,
Okay, sir.
because we need to mention, we need to elaborate on the Q is an ordered collection of items. That also carries certain weight. Okay,
Okay, sir.
understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
The same thing I have explained in the notes board. If you wish to insert a new element, then it should be done at the rear end by incrementing rear. If you wish to delete an existing element, then it should be done at the front end by incrementing the front. I hope the notes are understood. Notes I have made it very simple for your better understanding. Next concept what we will study is that primitive operations on primitive means the basic operations. Okay, the meaning of the primitive word is what? These are basic operations. The basic operations are nothing but the insertion of the new element, and the second operation is deletion of the existing. Okay, so insert means what? Operation of adding new element into the queue at the rear end. This is important. At the rear end is called as insert. If you try to insert an element when queue is full, queue is full, and if you try to insert the element, gives rise to a condition called as queue overflow. Okay, it is similar condition as of in the stack as well. When we try to insert an extra element, an element where the queue itself, if the data structure itself is full, and if you try to insert the element, then it gives rise to a condition of overflow. Okay. Then we will just see the algorithm of the insertion. Okay. The algorithm, if a question is asked in the exam, write an algorithm for insertion, then not only you are supposed to write these steps, along with the steps you need to write the first paragraph. Okay, let us study what this insertion algorithm explains or tells us. Let Q be the linear array consisting of max element. What it means? Q is the name of the array, and what is the max? It is the number of elements, that is size of that particular queue. Okay, so for example, you can take this max as a n. In other regular examples, we consider the size as n, but in this particular algorithm, we are considering the size as max. Okay, then next, front is the pointer that contains the location of the element to be deleted. Is that true? We always delete from the which end? Front end. So front end is the pointer that contains the location of the element that to be deleted. And what rear contains? Rear contains the location of the inserted element. Yes, rear always points to the element which has been inserted. Let's see here. What front contains? Wherever this particular front is pointing, that what it will do? If you want to delete something, then wherever this is pointing, that element will be deleted. What about rear? Rear always points to a location where the newly inserted element is added. The new element is added into the queue. That particular content is explained in the paragraph. Okay, then now let's see the steps. What are the steps indicates in inserting the new element into the queue. Now, what the first step says? If rear is equals to max minus 1. So what is the meaning of this? So suppose, let me explain with the example here. So let me add some numbers here, 10, 20, 30. Okay, let us take the size of the Q has 5 elements. So okay, is the screen visible properly? The numbers what I have typed here, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now suppose what we are assuming in the insertion, we have taken an array. That name of the array is Q. Q is the name of the array. Okay. And what is the max? Max is the size of the elements. In this particular case, let us consider it to be of size of 5. Then what will be the index values? This is 0, this is 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the index values. So as of now, what we have here, we have 3 elements. So the element is what? 10. Next is 20. The next is 30. Now here, where will be the rear pointing to? Can you tell? Where will be the rear pointing to?
30.
The rear pointer will be pointing to which particular element here?
Sir, 30.
30. Rear is pointing to 30. What
30.
about front? Front will be pointing to 10.
10.
Okay. Now,
10.
the algorithm, the first step, what it says, if rear is equals to max minus 1. Max minus 1 means what? In this particular case, max value is 5
Minus 1.
minus 1 is 4. So we need to check for overflow condition. If there is some place where we can insert the element, then only it is possible to add it or insert the element. If the stack is, if the queue is already full, and if we try to insert the element, then obviously we will be getting a message or the condition, something called as queue overflow. In order to check for overflow, we have to always check this particular condition, wherein if rear is equals to max minus 1. For considering an example here, suppose if this is a 40 and we have again a 50 element, and obviously rear will be pointing where? Here. In that case, is it possible to insert a new element?
No, sir.
No.
No, it is not possible to run the new element. So let us remove those particular elements here. Okay, that is what the first step is. If this condition is true, print the queue overflow message and exit from the operation or insert operation. Okay. Now, if this first step is false, if the step number 1 condition is false, then we will go to the condition number 2. Okay, students, are you able to see the screen? Are there any problems?
No, sir.
No, right? Okay. Did you get some prompt on your screen, on your application? Running out of time or something?
No, sir.
No, right? Fine. Now, the second step number 2, what it says, front equals to minus 1. We know this particular condition, front equals to minus 1 means what? We have to check whether Q is empty or not. We know that in the array representation of the Q, the initial values of front is equals to minus 1 and initial value of the rear is equals to minus 1 to indicate the Q is empty. When Q is empty, both front and rear will be pointing to what position? Minus 1 values. Okay, I hope this condition, this particular step is understood. The condition is understood.
Yes, sir.
When Q is empty, how we will come to know Q is empty? If the front and rear, if both are pointing to minus 1 values, then Q will be empty. Okay. Now, if so, if Q is empty and if we try to insert the element, assume that Q is empty as of now and we try to insert the element. Where we should insert the element? We should insert at the first position, that is index value 0. Now I want to insert it at this particular position. To insert this particular position, what I need to make? I need to increment both front and rear. So first time it is going to be front at 0. Front will be pointing to 0 and rear also will be pointing to 0. And then I can insert the first element. Why I pointed this both front and rear to 0? Because the initially Q was empty, and if I want to insert the element, what I need to make is that I need to change the front and rear values from -1 to 0. So that particular step is explained in the step number 2. If front is equals to -1. Okay, so usually in some of the textbooks you may find that front equal to -1 or rear equals to -1. Both the conditions are same. If any one of these values are -1, that indicates Q is empty. If Q is empty, then we have to increment front and rear to 0. That is first position of the array. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, there could be possibility that this is one particular scenario, right? There could be Q might be empty or Q may not be empty. Both possibilities are there. Now, this particular if condition, what it explained, if Q is empty, then these are the steps you have to take. Or else, if Q is not empty, if Q already contains certain elements, then what has to be done? So let us see. Now, assume that 10 already we have inserted. Initially Q was empty, and we have inserted the first element 10 at the first position, that is index value 0. Now, if we want to insert one more element, what has to be done? Which pointer I have to move? Is that front or rear?
Rear.
We have to increment rear, because always insertion happens at which end? Rear end. So in order to do that one, I have to increment rear. So now rear is 0. So I have to increment rear so that rear points to next value, that is 1. And now I can insert the next element. Suppose now, if I want to insert one more element, what has to be done? Which particular pointer I have to increment? Again, it is rear. Now rear, I have to take it from 1 and move it on to the next position, then add the third element. The same way, I can keep on incrementing the values, that is incrementing the rear, and keep on inserting the values until rear is equals to max minus 1. At max minus 1, Q will be definitely full. We cannot insert further values. That is what is explained in the number 2. That is, front is -1, that is if 2 is empty, then update front equal to 0 and rear equal to 0. Else, if it is not empty and if it contains certain element, then just simply increment rear to rear plus 1. And then at that particular rear value position, insert or copy the element and return. Return means complete the operation. Are these particular steps understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Are
sir.
there any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So just quickly, I will just brief through this one. So what is Q? Q is a linear array consisting of how many elements? Max elements. There are two variables. First variable is what? Front. And second variable is rear. Where does this particular front points to? It points to the location from where the element has to be deleted. Rear, rear will point to a location where the element has newly inserted. Into the element. Okay. Step number 1 is what? Step number 1 talks about we need, that is check for overflow condition. So overflow condition is what? If rear is equals to max minus 1, then it is called as overflow condition, and exit from the operation, because we cannot insert elements when Q is full. If this condition is false, then it is step number 2. In the step number 2, we are going to insert element for sure, but there are two possibilities. One possibility is that Q might be empty or Q might contain certain elements. If Q is empty, then the condition front equals to -1 is true. If front equal to -1, if it is true, means Q is empty. In such case, increment front and increment rear, that is front to 0 and rear to 0. And then if Q is not empty, if it contains certain element, then this condition is false. That time, execute the else part. In the else part, what we have? Just increment rear by 1. Rear is equals to rear plus 1, and then insert the element, that is item, into the position, rear position. Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubts?
No, sir. Yes, sir.